What's up, dudes and dudettes in the internet? My name's Scythe, and today we are back again for another Trove. We are actually in a huge rush right now, everybody, because I am recording this last night, just like, it's like 12 at night, and this video's gotta be done and ready to go up in like 7 hours. Oh my goodness. Hi, how y'all doing? I hope you're doing fantastically wonderful, everybody, and I hope this video makes that day even better. There's a few things that we gotta talk about today, mates, and sorry to say there is not gonna be any giveaway, and I know that we haven't been giving away that many stuff recently, but that's also just because I've been extremely busy with all the Mantle of Power hype that's going on. So before we begin, I very much would humbly appreciate it and request that you Hadouken the like button for me. It really helps me out. Sincerely, thank you. Thank you. So, without further ado, everybody, what is this? Dun dun dun! Yep. We have our own Radiant Tower in Team Voxel. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to have this tower in all of the other clubs because all of the extra portals, the elemental portal worlds and stuff like that, are very, very taxing on resources. So all of the officers are kind of pulled together and we're all prepared for Team Pixel, which is kind of like my main club, you know. We're prepared to put all of the portals in this tower as soon as Mantle of Power goes live in like a week for anybody that bought it with the pre-order packs, 2 weeks for people that didn't, and it's just so exciting, like seriously. By the way, my arms are going like crazy because I got like this mic arm thing that's in front of me, and it's so wonderful because I can move around, you know? It's great. It's very exciting. So anyway, what's going on is just that I'm not gonna be able to have any of the portals in the other clubs. I'm sorry about that, everybody. So I wanted to show you all this. It's very similar to the one that you may or may not have seen in the hub at when Mantle of Power ends up coming out. However, don't worry, everybody that's in the Dragon Kigurumi or Team Pixel 5, you still will be able to just go to the hub and access the portals from there. It's a little bit inconvenient, isn't it? And we've got a golden portal that takes us to the top instead of the weird red one that they ended up using on the hub. It conflicts, doesn't it? Does it not? And over here I've got King Cubesley as well as a clock and some pizza so that you know, oh, would you look at that? It's time to get grinding. And then in general, you can kind of see that we've touched things up a little bit, put a little bit of a Templar look towards this. That is mostly because of my man Scythe, who has helped me out with all of this stuff. I ended up constructing the entire tower in like a couple hours. I got inspired to build it, you know? And then afterwards, Scythe was like, yeah, we need to add some depth. And that's exactly what we did. We pushed in these corners, made the Templar symbol, and then Scythe also helped with the under parts of the stairs where there's the glowing blocks and stuff like that. And I ended up putting the glass along the edges because I think that looked very, very fancy. And then I ended up using these instead of torches because not only have I always wanted to end up using these crystal light switches in any type of build. However, they're such a difficult block to work with that it's like GG, you know? But the thing that's so cool about these is they don't have any VFX on them, meaning that these light sources will not lag out as many people with their frame rate. Listen to that. I've been listening to all of you so often that even I am starting to call frame rate issues lag. Which, by the way, here's a fun fact for old men like myself. Lag, whenever I say the term, actually spawned from internet lag. You know, when you teleport all over the place and it's just like, and you don't know what's going on. That's where that term came from. FPS issues was something completely different. However, for some strange reason, people started calling it lag, and well, there you go. Hello, Walla. What are you doing? Stop biting Gonda's tail. What's wrong with you? I will also explain a little bit of what's been going on with the story mode behind the scenes. But yeah, so here's the tower. I ended up putting numbers down here. I did my trademark thing where I have these all color-coded. Of course, you can't just look at the number on the portal, but I actually find that these numbers help out, especially if you're dropping down from the top. Also, instead of weird, like, the main tower actually has like weird snowflakes and planets and stuff. I ended up putting like floating glim, floating flux, a floating snowflake randomly, and I'll probably end up putting some other stuff. But as you can see, they're all color coded as you go up and up and up and up and up. And it's very beautiful. It gets darker and darker and darker. It turns purple once we're in U7, and then it turns even purpler when you're at U8, and the darkest one of all is U9. Yeah! Are you not excited? Are you not? I know I am, seriously. The colors are a little bit different because, unfortunately, for those that do not know, there are actually different types of blocks that people have access to when they're constructing dungeons for this game. /MF takes you to the Meta Forge. It's not got anything to do with Magic Find, like most people troll and say. But anyway, that's where you end up going and constructing a dungeon, and it's way too complex. Otherwise, I would have made dungeons a lot of times ago, many times ago. I don't even know what accent that is. Like, seriously, get a life, senpai. So what we've got up at the tippy top is the ruins, and the portal back down to the bottom and the Skyland thingamabob, and we also get a very nice look at Bowser is very fat. Also, what are those blue blocks hiding underneath his belly? Ah, they're pimples. That's... I should fix that, but I'm not going to because I don't care. So the other things that have been going on is with Mantle of Power, there is actually a whole bunch of class buffs and stuff like that, which we'll talk a little bit more in detail once it actually comes out. But I am very happy to say that a lot of the classes may end up actually being a playable class. Like Shadowhunter, although his abilities still are very like broken and don't really work most of the time, he is actually gonna be a playable class up to the end game just because his damage is almost double now. And the Pirate Captain is through the roof with his damage as well. And the Revenant, forget about it. He might actually end up being the strongest class in the game because there's so much health that you can end up getting on all of the gems. It's absolutely bonkers. And I just wanted to let you all know about that. Tomorrow, which is not only going to be the patch notes video, but tomorrow is also going to be the 13th, which should be when PTS is back online. And from what I hear, a little bird tells me, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm right. But apparently, the reason that they ended up taking PTS down so that it could come back up is they're supposed to be giving us a bunch of class gems or something like that. I hope they had the foresight. I hope they had the foresight to actually give us water class gems though, because otherwise if we end up getting a class gem key, end up using it on a box, get ourselves the class gem that's a fire gem, it means that we're not going to be able to use it unless we're level 30. Top right hand corner for a card that links you to my gem tutorial video where I explain a little bit of this stuff in more detail, but we're going to talk about it even more so further down the line. There's also a couple things that I wanted to address, everybody. So tons and tons of people have been asking me, can I do gem tutorials and redo class tutorials of all of the classes now that they're getting rebalanced, as well as just the class gems in general? I want to, yes, desperately. I am going to definitely end up doing a proper, like, I'm going to do a more in-depth class tutorial video once I end up a couple months from now, getting all of my classes to level 30, getting them some optimal gems. Not ideal, but just optimal gems. And in general, the class gems are going to take me a very long time to get because you have to spend lunar souls at a random RNG chance of actually getting a class key, which can get you a class gem. And then even that gem can end up generating very poorly, which won't really matter for some of the other classes that I do not main, as opposed to the Chloromancer, where I'm going to want the most ideal one. So that is when, like, those tutorial videos are going to take a very long time before they come out. Now, for everybody that's been wondering whether or not I can do videos on the new elemental, primordial, beautiful, game-breaking dragons, which are even cooler than Gonda, and you know how much I love Gonda. You know it, everybody. But seriously, those dragons are absolutely amazing. They remind me of the legendary birds from Pokemon, as well as the fire dragon is pretty much just Charizard. So anyways, I'm trying to talk with the dev right now and trying to convince him to give me them on the PTS server so that I can make a video for all of you, because otherwise I don't think I'm ever going to get any of those dragons. Shoot! Like, really, I don't think I can, because here's how the dragons work, everybody. Here's a little summary of it. I did talk about it in a bit more detail in my gem tutorial video. Lots of people keep asking, like, where are the dragons? They're in that video. I talked about it. But yeah, so needless to say, you're gonna need to spend a lunar a lunar soul on an empowered gem box, which is going to RNG you one of the dragon eggs. So you can get 2 empowered gem boxes a week unless you can end up doing ultra mode, then you could end up getting, I think it's 4, because I think ultra daughter actually gives 2 lunar souls. I think, maybe I'm wrong about that. But either way, that, I mean, if ultra mode is even possible, like seriously, you're gonna have to have a fully stellared up group with really, really good gems as well. But that said, I honestly don't know if I'm ever gonna end up getting those dragon eggs, because you can very rarely get them from the empowered gem boxes, and then further than that, it costs like so much to craft them. It's actually not much to craft them at all, but for this guy it is, because I don't really do dragon challenges, which there's actually gonna be one in like 2 minutes, and I gotta get this video all ready so that I can have it uploaded in like a couple hours. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Today, even though I'm recording, okay, here's some time paradox stuff for you. This is the life of a YouTuber behind the scenes. I am recording this video yesterday so that I can have it come out today. And today, I'm actually going to be recording the patch notes video that ends up coming out tomorrow because I need time to edit and everything like that. Scheduled uploads save my life. Thank you all so much for watching. I very much appreciate it and hope you enjoyed today's episode. Do not forget to Hadouken the like button, share, favorite, and subscribe to join Team Pixel. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.